Lionel Messi just said something about Casemiro that nobody expected, and it changes everything about Inter Miami's ambitions. This is the story that has football fans across the world talking, and if you follow Manchester United, Inter Miami, or just the global game at its highest level, you need to hear every word of this. Three massive stories are landing at once: Casemiro's free transfer to Inter Miami, a 15-year-old wonderkid knocking hard on Manchester United's first-team door, and Barcelona making a desperate move for one of United's most prized attackers. So let's get straight into it because there is no time to waste. Casemiro's time at Manchester United is officially over. His contract at Old Trafford expired on June 30, 2026, and both parties mutually agreed not to trigger the one-year extension clause written into his deal. That means the Brazilian midfield enforcer departs as a free agent, closing the chapter on a four-season stay in which he made 104 appearances, contributed 15 goals and 9 assists, and won two domestic trophies: the 2023 Carabao Cup and the 2024 FA Cup. His defensive numbers were equally impressive, averaging 3.8 successful tackles and 1.5 interceptions per 90 minutes. He was a genuine anchor in that midfield, and his contributions to United deserve to be recognized before looking at what comes next. Before we go further, if you're finding this breakdown valuable, this is the right moment to hit subscribe on United Flow and press that bell icon. Every single person who subscribes keeps this channel alive and means we can keep delivering in-depth United coverage that you simply won't find anywhere else. It costs you nothing and it means everything to us. Now back to the story, because what happens next with Casemiro involves a uniquely American football rule that most fans won't know about. Inter Miami is Casemiro's next destination, and the path to get him there was far from straightforward. LA Galaxy actually held discovery rights on Casemiro, meaning they had first priority to negotiate with him under MLS regulations. Because Casemiro preferred Miami after visiting family there, Inter Miami were required to pay LA Galaxy approximately £750,000 to buy out that priority. It is a rule unique to American football, and it cost Miami real money just to begin talks. The complications did not end there. Miami's three designated player slots are already occupied by Messi, Rodrigo Depay, and German Birdo, which meant the club had to construct a creative contract structure to fit Casemiro within MLS salary cap regulations. All formal procedures are reportedly in place, and an official announcement is expected as soon as Casemiro completes his 2026 World Cup duty with Brazil. Now the moment that has everyone talking. When news of Casemiro's move to Miami first broke, Lionel Messi admitted he was genuinely caught off guard. That reaction alone tells you something. But as Inter Miami's captain, Messi has since warmly welcomed his former rival, stating that bringing in a player of Casemiro's caliber and European experience will do wonders for the squad's development. Messi went further than a polite welcome, though. He openly admitted that Casemiro was one of the most difficult opponents he ever faced across his entire career, praising his physical strength, his positional discipline, and his extraordinary ability to read the flow of the game. Messi described Casemiro not just as a ball winner, but as the true anchor of Real Madrid's midfield during their glory years, a player who forced Messi to think harder than almost anyone else on a football pitch. Casemiro, for his part, called Messi one of the three greatest players in the history of the sport, and joked that stopping him alone was an impossible mission. Only collective team effort could slow him down. This is one of football's most compelling rivalries, evolving into a partnership. Two players who pushed each other to the absolute limits across El Clasico battles and Champions League knockouts are now teammates in Florida. The football world doesn't produce many stories like this one, and that is exactly why it has captured the imagination of fans on every continent. Now let's shift to Old Trafford, because while the world watches Casemiro head to Miami, Manchester United have their eyes fixed on a teenager who is already producing numbers that demand serious attention. Joseph Jr. Gabriel is 15 years old. That age alone should stop you, because what he has done at that age inside Manchester United's academy is extraordinary. He recorded 26 goals and 4 assists from 28 starts for United's under-18s, alongside multiple individual awards. The Red Devils faithful have been buzzing about him, and for good reason. Those are numbers that would turn heads at any level of football. His path to the senior stage has not been without frustration, however. Premier League age regulations prevented him from making his debut last season, a rule that exists to protect young players, but one that stung given his incredible form. Interim manager Darren Fletcher also chose not to include him in the FA Cup squad, a decision that disappointed many who had watched Gabriel's performances closely. But none of that has dented Manchester United's belief in their prize asset. With rival clubs beginning to circle, the club's management have drawn up a clear and committed development plan to keep him at Old Trafford. The first concrete step is naming Gabriel in United's preseason squad, giving him a major stage to impress Michael Carrick and the senior coaching staff directly. If he takes that opportunity and demonstrates he can handle the pressure at a higher level, a Premier League debut becomes a very real possibility. This is the United Academy doing exactly what it should: protecting, developing, and believing in its own talent rather than letting it walk out the door. The final story of the day involves Barcelona, and it is a story that reflects both their desperation this summer and the strength of Manchester United's recruitment. The Catalan Giants are in a pressing situation up front following the confirmed departure of Robert Lewandowski, whose contract expires this month. Their primary target to replace him was Julian Alvarez from Atletico Madrid, but that pursuit has all but collapsed. Atletico rejected an opening offer reportedly reaching £100 million and are deeply reluctant to sell to a direct domestic rival. Barcelona have hit a wall and they need a solution fast. Facing that obstacle, Barcelona's sporting director Deco has identified Manchester United's own Benjamin Sesko as their plan B. The 23-year-old Slovenian striker fits the profile that Hans-Dieter Flick is looking for in a modern forward, not simply a goalscorer, but someone who contributes actively to build up play and brings physical pace to the attack. His debut Premier League season backs up the interest clearly: 12 goals from 32 appearances, achieving all of that in just 1,817 minutes of action. That is a remarkably efficient return for a player adapting to English football for the first time after joining from RB Leipzig for £76.5 million last summer. The problem for Barcelona is that Manchester United have absolutely no interest in selling. Michael Carrick is thrilled with Chesko's progress, and strong reports from inside the club indicate that he is set to be handed the iconic number 9 shirt left vacant following Rasmus Højlund's departure. That is not simply a squad number assignment. It is a symbolic statement from the club. Chesko is also contracted until June 2030, which means Barcelona would need to break through both a financial wall and a sporting one. The signals from Old Trafford could not be clearer. Chesko is not for sale and the number 9 jersey is his. This is ultimately a compliment to United's recruitment team. When Barcelona come looking, it confirms that the work being done at Old Trafford is producing real results. But it is a battle Barcelona are unlikely to win. What a collection of stories this has been. Casemiro ending his Manchester United chapter with dignity and heading to link up with Messi at Inter Miami. A 15-year-old wonderkid in Joseph Jr. Gabriel generating genuine first-team excitement at Old Trafford. And Barcelona identifying Chesko as their primary plan B, only to find United won't even open the conversation. If you have made it this far, you are exactly the kind of fan United Flow was built for. Please take 2 seconds right now, hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon. Every subscriber directly helps this channel grow, and it means we can keep producing the kind of in-depth, fact-driven Manchester United coverage that cuts through the noise. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Are you excited about Gabriel's potential? Do you believe Chesko will make that number 9 shirt his own? And what do you make of Messi and Casemiro becoming teammates? This community is built on real conversations, and we want to hear yours. Until the next one, stay red, stay loyal, and never walk away. This is United Flow.